in the shower like there goes an hours. Tryna vibe, tryna kick it with ya. Keep it 2 times 50 with ya. Feel like the time of your life, every minute with ya. Now I see the bigger. We were supposed to be good on so many levels, on so many levels.
What's up, world? We at the Live to Be Legendary podcast with my co-host Skull. We have a special guest. Oh my goodness, this woman has one of the best voices I've ever heard. Her longevity is amazing. She's been out here doing things for years, opened up for the biggest of artists, and she's humble. She does a lot of community work, works with the youth, and getting bigger by the day. And I'm just humble and grateful to have her on the show because she deserves her spot because she's truly legendary. Show your love, y'all, for Suzann Christine.
Suzann.
Who that?
But you already knew that, though. Well, listen, Sue. Tell me about that name. How you get Who That Sue That?
Who That Sue That came from me actually being in the studio with this artist, Chill Moody.
Shout out Chill Moody.
Yeah, shout out to Chill. We had so many songs that we were doing together. We were working together like crazy at the start of my career. And we were working with this producer, Mike Jers, who's currently out in Cali now. He out in LA now, but dope producer. I don't know what I did in the studio. I did something, said something. He was like, "Sue that," and the way that he said it was like, "True that."
Right.
You know,
yeah.
Instead of "true that," he said, "Sue that." Like that's and it was like, "Oh, I like Sue that," and everybody was like, "That's hard." So after Sue that came out,
and that thing stuck.
It just stuck. And then I don't even remember when it was like Who That Sue That, but it was Who That Sue That, and then it became a chant, that I would say at every show.
Yeah.
Who that, Sue that,
The t-shirts.
Yeah, so we started getting t-shirts out, and then Sue that, we made that stand for something. So S for spiritual, U for unique, D for divine, A for artistic, and T for thankful. And that's who I am, and it allows other people to be Sue That's too.
Right.
If you're spiritual, unique, divine, artistic, and thankful, then you Sue that.
That's love. That's love. I peeped that on your gram. What I also noticed on your gram was the billboard. They called you the governor of the Grammys.
Yes. So I was actually voted in by my peers 3 years ago. And when I say my peers, I'm talking about people who are in the music industry, especially here in Philadelphia. They voted me in to be one of the governors for the Recording Academy, which is also the Grammys. And this is actually my second term in as a governor. And it just allows me to really serve the music community,
So was that your first billboard?
This is not my first billboard. So, all right, so the billboard that you're talking about is a billboard where I just wanted to congratulate, all the Grammy winners and nominees for, their success.
Right.
I'm usually out there every year, and I decided not to go, because of what was happening out there, air quality, my asthma, all that, like I'm fall back.
Right.
And so I said, well, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a billboard out in LA and just wish them congratulations. And my company, we do that. That's a marketing tool that my label uses, SCH Entertainment. And so that's out in LA. So it's not my first time, but it's my first one on the West Coast.
Right.
So, but my first one that I actually saw my likeness on, and I say my likeness because it had my name on it, was the Roots Picnic. And they posted the flyer in 2022 on this huge billboard in Times Square, had my name on it, and I was like, oh my gosh. I saw Quest posted that it was there because I didn't know that they were about to do promo like that.
Right.
And I actually think that was their first year doing that.
Right.
And I was like, I'm out. I'm about to go see this doing live and in person. I was like, hold up, wait a minute, my name, oh my God. And it's always crazy because your name is up there with huge names.
Right.
Okay. And then I'm talking Mary J. Blige, and I mean, like, the names is crazy. But then your name is in lights, and I'm like, I used to walk in Times Square all the time and just be like, yeah, one day I'm gonna have my name up there, I'm gonna see my face up there, da 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 da. So the second time, we did a promo run for a song that I have called Levels. and we had a remix with Mano from Brooklyn.
Right.
And shout out to Mano. And I was like, this, I gotta go see this one, because now this one got my face on it.
Right.
It's in Times Square. So that was the second time.
Times Square is major.
Shout out to just SCH Entertainment making moves, and knowing who to reach out to get the word out.
Yeah, one thing I like about you, your professionalism. Mm-hmm. Professional singer. Like, we have a lot of singers, TikTok singers, and all this type of stuff. No, you're a professional singer. You took the time to learn the game, to study the game, and to get wise and to make power moves. Like, when I see what you do, singing to Dell, doing tributes, opening up for the biggest of artists, even the Jamie Foxx stamp he gave you. Like, you just everywhere. Seeing you in California, Atlanta, New York. It's like, whoa, Toronto. Like, you took it to another level. So I just want to know your opinion of like being a singer that put the work in, opposed to the singers that go just on live on Instagram and make reels and then get pop up. What do you feel about that?
I think they're both necessary.
Okay.
When I first came into the game, YouTube was big. So I used to be in my bedroom and I used to be posting myself singing in my bedroom on YouTube, and I got a lot of views in the beginning. Like, that's what I was doing. That was like, this is my way of getting myself out there, and doing that got me into studios that were prestigious here in Philadelphia.
Larry Gold Studio, I just see you in.
Prestigious. Sigma Sounds. It's not here anymore in Philly, but and working with producers who were heavy. So it took me to do those YouTube videos for me to get those opportunities. Right. But I had so much more work to do. You know what I mean? Like, I still needed to still be out here network, and I still needed to be performing on the small stages, so that when I hit the big stages, I was ready and prepared. You used to see me out at the open mics, like, and I'm at the open mics,
Archivize, the Blockley.
Yeah, I'm wherever I need to be, like, cause I need to. I'm out here. I'm doing the groundwork. I had a crew that I was running with. That all of us was creatives. We was collaborating a lot. We was promoting each other, like, and we had some great momentum. But for the singers who are, utilizing these platforms to get directly to their audience, that's something that I struggle with today now. Like, it didn't used to be that way, but now it's like, singing in front of the camera, it's not my thing. Right. It's not my thing, yo.
You professional, you audience.
But I respect it, and I think it's necessary, and it's something that I would like to start doing again, because I think it would even help me grow even more, Right. So I think it's necessary, but it's also very, very necessary for you to do your research, to pay somebody for some game. Right. Because I did that when I first came out too. That was the other thing. Oh, wow. Rest in peace to Professor Pooch, a very well-known man in the music industry who gave so much game. But I reached out to somebody. My mom actually helped me reach out to somebody who was in the music industry, had already had placements. He recommended that I would go get some consultation from Professor Pooch. And I was paying hourly to talk to this man and get some game. Me talking to Professor Pooch, he told me to join a website, right? Join this website. All right. Get a membership to this website. Right. Start putting your music up on this website. All right, cool. I put my music out on this website, and I entered into a contest, right? 6 months later, after I entered into this contest, it might have been more than that, I found out that my song won out of 1,400 people nationally. And it gave me the first big stage that I hit in Miami, Florida, outside of my own city. Okay, they ran my song on the radio, doing commercials, and they paid for my flight, they paid for my chauffeur service, and I was opening up for DJ Khaled, Wale, Melanie Fiona, Monica, like at the Radio 1 festival. Okay, and I got a chance to meet Kathy Hughes. That was my first big show. And it took me to say, I'm going to invest in myself. Right. So we got to invest into ourselves. Time is great, getting on camera, great, but invest that money into someone who knows the game, who knows some outlets, that can help you, you know, get your stuff straight, you know.
Been there before.
That or you know, Really's working with these artists, you know, and not only did he lead me to that, he led me to like make sure that I had my publishing situations together, my BMI, like I needed that. Right. So my thing is it's good that you're doing that, but just make sure you're doing the other stuff too if you really want to take it seriously.
And it all comes together because I asked Suzann Christine when she came, I said, you have any questions you want me to ask you? She said, no, do your homework and send me a press kit. You know, the press kit is basically a resume for artists. This thing was heavy. Like, you know what I mean? So the journey matters, steps matters. Like, and then if I was a business and I see her press kit, she gets whatever she wants because she proved worthy of it. So I just want to commend you for just, you know, what you got over, well, I'm going to say, what, 13, 14 years in this?
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's not hard. That's not easy.
I quit my job to do this at the end of 2011. And that big show came in June, it was either June or July of 2012.
You took that leap.
Yeah, I took the leap.
More folks don't want to take that leap.
Got risk things.
So this is the thing I want to ask you, because you named a lot of people, but you also talked about being like boots on the ground and still being amongst the people. So what's your version of success? Because it looks many ways. So tell me, what's your version of success?
Yeah, I mean, so I've attained so much success. I just that's how I feel. You know, I've attained so much success. The other day I was on social media on my stories, and I was like, you know, and this is after I sang the national anthem at Boots fight. Right,
Boots fight, Eagles game, Net Stadium. Yo,
so
national anthem, boy, it's crazy.
Thank you. So God is good. All I'm gonna say.
All the time.
But what I'm gonna say is, I still get to walk the streets.
Right.
A lot of times people don't know who I am. I can tell sometimes when people do know who I am and they ain't saying nothing, right? And that's cool, right? Or maybe they speak, they say hi, like, okay.
Right.
But I like being able to do what it is that I love to do. I like to get paid to do it. I love to still have my family.
Right.
I still love to have, like, to still be able to go in places and be free.
Right.
That is like the ultimate success, is like still I'm free, you know. I don't have to pay for this entourage to be with me all the time. I don't have to pay for the security all the time. Like, that to me is a truly a blessing and a great place to be, you know, and to say, listen, I've done these things, you know. But you know, you're always wanting to achieve more. That's just that's just what it is, you know, and that is a motivating force, you know. There's still some things that you want to see done or that you want to, you know, make happen, but it doesn't mean that you're not successful because you have not made it happen.
Right.
And so, yeah, I just think that with that being said, you know, my definition, I guess, is really a question. It's like, what's the definition? But you know, for me, it's like being able to do what it is that you love to do, still have your freedom, and still live life, you know.
And even though everybody might not know who you are, right? It's easy to Google you and find it out, though. Like, your numbers are high. You have been getting a lot of awards, though. So you are recognized.
Yes,
so
I am.
you want to tell us some of your favorite or most shocking awards you got? One of the most proud awards you can tell your child about, like, you know.
Oh man, I mean, well, it's so a shrine of awards.
You can't say it because it's so many.
Give me three. One.
Well, all right.
Well,
I gotta say this last one. This most recent one was like. So a lot of them have come from out of nowhere, right? But this one was like, oh shoot.
What's
right?
What's that one? Which one is this?
Name it. Right. Name it.
Sorry, this was I got a call that I was receiving a resolution from the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
What is that?
Right? Yeah. Right, what is that?
Sorry.
Right? So okay, all right, so we see citations come through the city of Philadelphia all the time where you know, city council will give you a citation, it's an award, and you could I found out that if you want, you could put yourself in and say, I want a citation because of work I've done. You know, people have that live long lives at funerals, they get citations, you know. But this, a resolution, right, is something that somebody from in the council has to say, I want to make this resolution, and then they have to vote on it, whether or not it should actually be passed and go through legislation and be documented and recorded that this person is this person or has done this work. Okay?
So you heard.
So it's an award.
So they have to do their due diligence before they can give it to you, basically.
Correct. And so, you know, the funny thing is when they hit me up, they told me I was going to receive an award, come to City Hall. So I knew it was big because I'm like, I got to come to City Hall. I got to come to a council meeting, right? And then I might get an opportunity to speak. So I'm like, oh, shoot. All right. So I go. I still don't have really a real like grasp on what is a resolution and why am I being awarded. Like I don't know. I hear him. He say this is why, you know, we want, you know, this person, Suzann Christine, etc. So she's done a lot of activism. You know, she's done da 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 da. I come in, I speak, I say what I have to say. I thank some city council members who have blessed me throughout my years. You know, put me on stages, whatever, festivals. And then afterwards, I had to hit the council person's, the city council person up who awarded me this. And this is Councilman Isaiah Thomas.
Shout out Isaiah Thomas. He's a good guy. I like him.
Good brother.
For sure.
So I said, could you explain to me, like, what is this? And that's when he explained, you know, this has to be voted in. You know, it's the resolution is, you know, higher up. You know how y'all get the citations? Well, this has to come from us. And all of City Council has to say yes to this. We all said yes, and so it's documented. I'm gonna get you your resolution, and get it framed or whatever. And yeah, so when I received that award, I just was like, oh shoot, and just, you know, what was listed in it and who I am, and let it be so. And I'm like, yeah, okay. All right, I've done, and that's when I realized it was like really that moment. I was driving down City Hall and I was talking with a friend, and I was like, oh my gosh, it hit me how much I've done over the years and made happen, the obstacles that I've overcome. Right. You know,
give me one more award.
The people who know me. Oh, okay. So
one or two more. I mean, one or two more.
I received a Pillar Award for Women Excellence recently. Hey. And there's so many that I love all of them. I cannot.
All right, I got you.
But you know, there's so many, and then I really have to do this one because this is the beginning. This is one like early on, you know, in the game, just being named the City of Philadelphia, like. They recognize me as like being the best female R&B pop artist, and that happened.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Say it louder.
Yeah, say it again.
Say it louder.
Say it again.
Put a little air in your chest and say it with your chest. Say it again.
No, listen. The Philly Hip Hop Awards awarded me the best female R&B artist, R&B pop artist. Right. In the city of Philadelphia, and this is 3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
And that's a city thing.
And then they said, you can't win no more.
So basically, she the rapper.
We really need to just make a name for it.
How you win awards
it's a Sue Award now. It's a Sue Award. Like
so
seriously.
What would you say? What would you say to women or even people like with families who want to do what you want to do, but they might got some inhibitions, right? They nervous about taking that leap because everything you did came off the leap, and then the very next year you start bubbling. So what would you say to them people? Give them that advice. Let them know.
And being a mom.
Yeah. And the mothers, right?
And
so
be the mom.
Mothers
you can't tell because, you know what I mean, she bounced back.
Snap like crazy.
You know?
What would you say to them?
No, honestly, what I say to you, I say to anybody on the planet, you know, you really, truly have to believe in yourself. Like, if you don't believe in yourself, you will never take those leap of faiths. You will never take the action necessary for you to receive the fruit of your labor. You know, you got to be connected. You really got to be connected and tap in. You know, and when we talk about relationships, the most big relationship you need to have was that inner guy. When you got relationship with the inner guy, then you got relationship with this person you never met before, that person you never met before, and that person. And it don't mean that you have to know everybody or work with everybody. You know, a lot of times, like I'm a very solo hermit mover. You know, I stay to myself a lot. You know, sometimes you know, you might consider me like a loner. That's just who I am. You know, I just come to do my business and I go home. You know, I learned some lessons, crazy lessons when I first got in the game. I learned from those lessons. You ain't got to catch me out in them streets. Period.
Right.
You know, and so for me, I think that you know, you're gonna have your lows and your highs, your peaks and your valleys throughout the entire journey. However, you know, enjoy every moment that you're going through. Push yourself forward, and you know, when you go to bed at night, just know that you did what you had to do today. Like, you write down your goals, and you said, did I take a step forward towards that goal? Don't worry about the 12th step all the way up here. Just worry about the next step that you gotta make so that you can get towards the goal.
I love that.
And this is real good wisdom coming from the queen. And like, I'm gonna help her with just because she's humble, but you know, I'm gonna bring her ego, her Virgo out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bring it out.
Bring it out.
Let them know who are some of the most surprisingly and some of the best artists you opened up for, whether it's a tribute or you open up for them at one of your concerts, at a concert.
Well, I gotta give a big shout out to Miki Howard, right?
Shout out Miki Howard.
And specifically Miki Howard, because Miki Howard in the game been through a lot. As a woman, as a mother, and she's independent now, right? But she's still touring. She's doing a lot of touring. And around the time when my song Fallen Tears was doing this thing, and I wanted to get into some different circuits and things, you know, she saw my EPK.
EPK.
EPK, you listen, you gotta have the EPK.
You gotta have that.
You gotta have that joint. So, you know, and she was like, I want her to open for me. And then she had me in Chicago, New York, like she had me in different places, you know, sharing her audience with me. Okay, and she respected me as a major talent. But you know, meeting Babyface and opening up for Babyface is lit. That's because I'm an R&B girl. So
opening up for Babyface.
You know,
you was brought up on R&B.
Yeah.
Who introduced you to that?
My parents. My parents, they, you know, love R&B, and that's what they, you know.
Sunday mornings cleaning, you waking up to that.
That's what's on. You know, my pops, my mom, but my pops, he's like this super music dude. Like, you know, you come in the house, there's just the stereos is everywhere throughout the house and music, and then he got his drums and he got his guitar, and he rocking out. He loves music. He loves music. So yeah, shout out to Pops. But
Babyface.
you know, Babyface, that was pivotal. But I do have to say, me having a moment with Patti LaBelle, and I didn't even open up for Patti. But Patti LaBelle is the queen. Like she's like, woo. Listen, like, you know, and she's from Philly.
Absolutely.
And she's still in that area.
Absolutely.
Patti LaBelle, y'all.
I was living in New York.
Okay, tell us.
And I was in my kitchen, and I got a call that Patti needed some background.
Patti LaBelle needs some background.
Listen.
Who that?
Patti got her own background. They be killing, but it's COVID season now.
Right.
Well, I got the same background.
Right though.
I got the same background. I got the what songs I need to learn. Okay, so learning songs, you know, and I get invited to her home.
Talk about it.
She's so down to earth. Right. That's number one.
Right.
That's auntie, grandma. That's like, you know. Damn. And listen, she told me, first of all, walk around. She said, walk around
Take a look.
Make yourself at home. Go, take
Right.
yourself on a tour.
Right.
I would take you on the tour, but I'm a little old. All right, cool.
Right.
All right, so walk around.
Right.
Beautiful home, cute little doggy. I ain't gonna be too long with it, but I will say that what I walked away with her saying, and I have to always keep it in my subconscious and conscious mind. Because I just said, I was like, I love your home. This is beautiful. Like, this is so inspiring to me. And she said, yeah, you can have this too. And
Breathing life into you.
yes. And after we left to do her show at the Fillmore, she was like, don't forget your dream.
Damn.
That and I won't forget that. I will never forget
Like
that.
Harris saying it through you.
never
That was
forget
deep. That was so
Like,
warming.
and that's enough. Like sometimes it just be these little gems that people say. But my list is significant. Keisha Cole, I was on her tour, and Keisha Cole. Some people like to say things. I'm like, she always was cool with me. Like I never had a problem. She always said something that was like I needed to hear, or like she made me feel good. And I never forget though. I was like really down, like financially, and I got that opportunity to open for Keisha, and I was so grateful to receive the check, like and have that opportunity at the TLA and see my name in the lights with somebody that I must have burnt her first album down to the ground.
Like we all did.
For real.
You can drop past here, grown man singing love.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Song for Jamie Foxx is on Instagram. Like the names keep going. Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, like keep doing. She met the best of the best. But also, watch this, y'all. She's also sung in prisons. Like, you know what I mean? She's also has a community thing for the youth, SCH.
Creative and Performing Arts.
And then Music Academy. So can you tell us a little bit about, what made you want to go into prisons, and then just tell us about your nonprofits as well?
Yeah, definitely. So throw it back some years ago. I was dating this guy, and he told me about his uncle. His uncle's locked up in prison. He's wrongfully convicted. Yeah. And sometimes when you hear that, of course you think that family thinks that their family never did anything, right? That just be the thing. And I mean, he would keep talking about this guy, and he was like, no, it's evidence. Right. And I started looking over some of the paperwork, and this is during the time that sometimes I dibble and dabble in political stuff, activities. Right. And I was one of the women of color that was helping out the DA, Larry Krasner. And he really put me on to what his uncle's story was. And when I did my research, I was like, oh man, this is crazy. Like, this is horrible, So, I wrote some letters, I went down to City Hall with his family, and we got a shout out to Riddick, because Riddick is the guy who we talking about who's locked up and wrongfully accused and doing a life sentence.
Oh, Riddick.
Yes, Eric Riddick. And so Eric Riddick one day called me out of nowhere. I get a random phone call, and he was like, yo, Queen, I'm Eric Riddick, such and such uncle, He's like, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for, you didn't have to do none of that you was doing, et cetera, et cetera. And I really appreciate you. And then he put me on the phone with Meek, because he was locked up with Meek at the time.
Meek who?
Meek Mill.
Hey.
I'm like, oh my God, like this is crazy. I think I was walking out of Brock's radio station back then, right? Blazing. So that was crazy. So he told me like, yo, we do shows here, and you should come in here. Like, would you be open to doing that? And I'm like, of course.
Girl.
So I come in there, and I'm doing like an hour-long set uplifting the men, and they loved me. I brought my band in, and then from there they started bringing me back. They started downloading my music on the kiosk, because they got the kiosk in there that they can download. to more prisons. So I started going to more prisons, and that was very rewarding for me, just to see how I uplifted those men. Right. They in some troubled times. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that was some great work. And then with my nonprofit organization, SCH Creative and Performing Arts, I had 2 goals when I quit my job, and the goals was, to give back and, to pursue music. And, we started off as an after-school program, providing youth the arts programs. And that was, musical theater, dance, photography, all these different outlets. And we ended up switching it over back in 2017, where we started doing school tours. We going into different schools, and we're a tour with a purpose. So we are about making sure that we bring positive lyrics to our youth, because I really do believe that the words that we put into the universe manifest and also cause people, the ears of listeners, to react and act certain ways. So I want to do my due diligence of making sure that we put some positive music out there. We give local artists opportunities to perform in front of the students, and then in addition to that, recognize a student for being what we call fly. So because the tour is called the Fly Tour, and that stands for Forever Love Yourself. So
might be acronym queen.
Word. So Forever Love Yourself tour. And we started doing that, and then we started doing the Fly Star program. And Fly came from my song Fly that I put out for Black History Month. So go check out the song Fly. Run that joint up. It's right now. So that means I gotta drop that. I'm glad you said that. It's time to drop that. But the Fly Star program is allowing youth to really understand what it truly takes to be an artist. So now, okay, great, you got the talent, but how can we make you more of a professional artist? Like how you said in the beginning, oh, she's a professional artist. This is what I want to make sure y'all know what I know, and then give you some of my resources. So I'm going to bring in some of my network, and you're going to meet these people, right? And they're going to give you game, because I don't know everything, right? But they have their aspects that they can help you learn. So so that's what SCH Creative and Performing Arts, Music Artist Universe. Yes. Music Artist
Legendary.
Universe.
You see all this?
MusicArtistUniversity.com is a online music community and hub and resource center for music artists and professionals. And it has so many resources in one place that you can find, so that you can run your business. And you know how to do what you need to do. Shout out to Taste Creators, Breezy. She actually has a class on this site.
Shout out Breezy.
Yep, and that's my girl's house sis. And
and Queen Yaz always pushing it too.
Yeah. Queen Yazzie for sure. That's my sis as well. We jump on a call every Monday morning at 9:30 a.m. where I lead them in affirmations. So I give them one of the tools that I use to manifest the things that I have manifested over the years. And it's not just for music artists, because we have people on there that aren't music artists, because they just want to be in it, and it's called Mirror Talk Affirmations. So that's what I'm all about. That's who I am. That's who that.
You named a lot of legendary people from the past, all of Keisha Cole, Patti LaBelle. Of the new generation of artists, who's your favorite, if you have any?
Let's see. That's a good question. Some of the new artists that I'm listening to, oh man, she's not really new. I was about to go into Jhené Aiko. But she's not that new. Some of the newer artists, I'm giving I'm probably freezing on that question, but I don't know. That's a good question. Summer Walker, I really like her. I think she's really dope. She can sing. And I like her writing. SZA.
Shout out SZA.
All of them. I'm going R&B because
that's where it is.
Yeah.
So many.
It's a lot of Philly young music artists from Philly.
Listen, y'all. This is Live to be Legendary. So I'm not gonna have nobody next to me.
That's not legendary.
That's not legendary. Everything Suzann Christine just talked about all show why she's legendary, why she's worthy of being here. and it's ongoing. And it's ongoing. So before we get out of here, is there anything you want them to know about, anything you got going on and support?
You know, I'm sorry, real quick. When you said it's ongoing, I gotta stop. I started thinking about, because the Eagles, we going to the Super Bowl.
Say that.
Real quick, but I go on and on. And I was like,
Gilly got that.
I was like, it's just ongoing. I'm like,
Peep the color of the nails.
The song, yes.
Peep the color of the nails.
The song popped in my head. It was like, I go on and on. Yeah, word.
Out of here. That's what she going on.
Oh my gosh. So but what was the last question you just
basically,
asked?
I want you to let the audience know anybody can support you or anything you got going on. To know about.
Listen, I just told you a lot of what I got going on.
Absolutely.
Just tap into Suzann Christine. Right now, I'm in my community bag. That's where I'm at. I'm in the community bag, very heavy, and I'm doing stuff behind the scenes, just to help our community be even better. So you want to end on this. Tell the world what Live to Be Legendary means to you. Live to be legendary, on my vision board.
Talk about it.
It says, I am legendary. And it has a whole bunch of things around it that I want to accomplish. But to be legendary is to be able to say, if you were to die tomorrow, that you have done enough on the planet that people will be able to say you were here.
Stamp.
Damn.
Stamp.
This person has been here. This person has most certainly, like you said, made their stamp, made their mark, and has impacted people. Whether it be behind the scenes, behind closed doors, because not everything that everybody does is public information.
Right.
Sometimes it's private. So,
Sometimes it's for yourself.
I'm First the Legend.
I like that. It's your boy Skull. You already know.
And we got Suzann Christine. Continue to live to be legendary. Peace.
Peace.
Put on an album, turn on the volume, make love in the shower like there goes an hour.
Live to be Legendary is proudly sponsored by Philly Real Estate Services and Solutions. Are you a Philadelphia landlord in need of expert landlord-tenant services? Look no further. Philly Real Estate Services and Solutions is here to represent you in landlord-tenant court, ensuring a smooth and hassle-free experience. Give them a call at 610-235-7998. Again, the number is 610-235-7998.